We are filming our first YouTube channel. What?
RV living. What we got?
RV living.
It's recording.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, welcome to RV Living. My name is Shane.
Hi, I'm Bethany.
We just wanted to share with you our plan of living full-time in an RV. How we came about the decision, why it works for us, and the equipment. When we first started researching this, I'm looking online and I'm seeing people, they kind of already have their unit and they're living full-time. I understand now why videos weren't made before, because it's such a busy time. But our goal here is we wanted you to come along with us in the whole venture of from the decision to getting the equipment to actually doing the move into the RV.
It's been a trial all the way up until this point, actually. We've been thinking about this for 2 years now.
So our situation is that we've moved and moved and moved and moved and moved. It's been beneficial for us to move financially, move to new locations. Well, we weren't able to go back home after she went to school. We moved off for her to go to school. We weren't able to go back home. We've been moving ever since. So we're kind of used to moving. And
Our daughter's here, Grace. Grace, how many times have we moved in your 18 years of life?
About 13.
Has it been 13 moves?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
And like.
So if you find
60
yourself
vehicles.
moving as much as we do, this may be a good plan for you.
Yeah, moving your stuff. We've moved our stuff so much, I think we've paid more to move it than it's worth, to be honest. So this is Grace, our youngest daughter. She's a senior in high school. She'll be graduating, going off to Texas A&M, we believe. Go Aggies.
Woo! I hope so.
And so, like we said, we've moved so much that we might as well just, be nimble. Plus, we have a unique situation where, it is a business expense to have an RV, to move from, it's truly needed.
And we started our own business about 2 years ago. I became a 1099 employee, kind of doing contract work for ourselves. Shane manages the whole side of it and all the taxes and everything, the billing. And with that, it just makes really good sense at this point for us, because both of our girls will be off to college and we'll be free to roam. I'm so excited.
Yep, traveling, medical. But whatever your situation is, I mean, it's a lot of people's dream just to be, to live that nomadic life. We love to travel. We travel all the time. So we've got a lot of those videos we'll be putting in too. But again, like we were saying, we want to take you along for the journey, the whole journey from deciding what to do, doing it, and then the processes and the difficulties and the tears and the joy, and just as honest as we can. But like I say, I've noticed why other people haven't done this so early on, because it's such a busy time. I started researching how to do this. I started looking at, what type of RV to move into, what it's like living full time, and ended up on YouTube and watching these other guys. I guess because I've learned so much from these other people, at least, the good introduction and what have you, that it just kind of seemed par for the course. We're going to go move in an RV, and now somewhere in my mind, we're going to make a YouTube channel because that's what you do. I don't know, it kind of flowed like that for me. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out what kind of equipment I need and how to YouTube, what kind of camera equipment, what kind of RV, what kind of
It's taken a couple of years to decide.
Well, this
So
has been going a
what
couple of years. Over the last couple of months,
kind of decided on now?
First, we were looking at Class A motor homes. Now, we're not that rich, so we $500,000, for a diesel pusher like the ones I was looking at. Yeah, but I was finding units that were maybe 10 years old that were you know, $500,000-$600,000, you could get them for two, which is still a lot of money.
Well,
But
like you said, the Cummins engine, and we started looking at, you know, the Class A with the Cummins engines, and
one of them had 600 horsepower Cummins diesel pusher. I mean, it was
that'd
a
be sweet.
yeah, Newmar King Air.
But
is
then
what it was.
so now we're going with the Ford F-450 and a possible DRV, like a 44-foot.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We were looking at the diesel pushers, and I was reading online different people, and I'm not sure it was a channel, but someone had mentioned that, yeah, what are you going to do when your house is in the shop? Well, I know that the RV can be in the shop also, but one of the main things is that you need a freight truck diesel mechanic to work on a Class A.
Oh yeah.
The way I understand it. But on an F-450, I have we'll talk about that, but we have a Ford. We can go to a Ford dealership.
Anywhere. And then we try to talk this one into moving into the, you know, the RV with us, which you still could. I mean, you got like 5 months to decide. It's January now, and but you know, if she goes straight off to college, that's awesome. I love that too.
So as it stands now, we wanted to take you from the very beginning, but I was trying to get up. So you'll see some of the initial videos. We're just using our phone. Nothing about it. Have never done this. You can look at us now. I've got a little lighting on. Got my K set to a warm, pretty color. First, I started looking online for trucks. 450s they're rare. I mean, it's not like you can't find them, especially we're in Texas. You can find them, but you know, a dealership might have one or two. You know, what do they have? 10 F-150s or more, you know? So people don't want to cut a deal on them. You know, we
No,
found
for
that.
sure.
And
You worked long and hard on that. I mean,
really
how many
did.
months were you actually looking before we
3 months
jumped on the
solid,
Ford?
and talking to many dealers. We went to San Antonio. We looked at one F-450 King Ranch. It was blue jean. We got there. You could tell the gooseneck and the fifth wheel had been attached to, had attachments, had pulled something, and it had 200 and something miles, and they were trying to sell it as new. Well, you don't know what that thing towed. Yeah, okay, but I wasn't comfortable. I was looking for a new one, and they weren't cutting a deal anyway. I was offering them a certain amount that was pretty reasonable, and they wouldn't even call me back.
The 75,000 reasonable for 2019? Yes, because all the 2020s are about to come out. We thought.
I looked online, talking on the phone back. What would you do? You kind of make me a deal. We had 2 trades to do. We had to get rid of our cars.
So what was your end game when you were talking to these guys? I mean, how did you actually come to get a deal on it, you think? I mean, was it just the right Ford dealership at the right time, or was it that you think you finally said the right things? Or?
No, I found the right people. It was a small Ford dealership here in Texas, in a small town, and they didn't love their F-450. Every other dealer I was talking to, like, oh, I'll sell this. I'm not even worried about it. So they didn't want to come off hardly any. We decided, hey, you know, watching these videos, Lazydays in Tampa, Florida, that's the largest RV dealership in the whole wide world, I think. So we said, we'll go there. But there was a limited white limited F-450 in Houston, and we were flying out of Houston to Orlando. So we went there. We got there at night. I talked to the guy on the phone. It had been messed with a little bit, lifted. It only had 8,500 miles, and it was oddly at a Kia dealership. Ooh, that's a pretty truck. There was only one problem with the Kia dealership. Maybe I could have bought it after the fact, but you know, when you're buying a car, there's all this, you know, all this back and forth, and you know, in the deal. And we wanted a Ford warranty. Why do we want a Ford warranty? Just like we were saying with the RV, we can pull in any Ford dealership anywhere in the country, and we're going to be all over the country. So we got roadside assistance. If I can't even get it there, they'll come tow it to the nearest Ford dealership.
So
And they have those pretty much everywhere.
I mean, I would say we were not under the assumption that you cannot buy a Ford dealership. The guy pretty much said it straight out, right? I mean, if you're not buying it from a Ford dealership, you cannot.
I don't know.
There may be a way around that. We don't know, but at the time we were making the
but with
decision.
2 trays, and I want to get the thing, it just. So when we left Houston, we flew to Orlando. We did Halloween Horror Nights. My baby getting to see Chucky or some damn body.
Halloween Horror Nights.
He likes the stuff. Hazards? All right.
Okay, how do I do hazards? I don't know this card. Okay. And then do what?
Go to that guy with where they are with the hazards. You gotta go in this priority lane.
We're going to Halloween Horror Nights. Woo woo! Look, Shane, I'm filming our experience.
We got priority parking. Look,
I know.
Rock and roll.
go in there, and then
I don't know how
you
to
should have
turn
seen
this
all
thing
the.
Halloween.
Can you turn it on?
I don't know. My hazard is still on. Let me turn it on.
What are you trying to do here?
I don't even know.
It's filming because I can see the timer going.
It's shaking though. Shake your money, man. It's all right. I can't sing, but I can dance. Mama told me if you can sing, you can get them. But if you can dance, you can keep it.
How do you get it going?
Right there. Right here.
Well, I'm not sure. Look, we came in at 6:15 maybe 6:15 to 6:30 or 6:45. We've done Ghostbusters. We've done Stranger Things. We've done
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns
That
from
was the
Outer
third
Space,
one.
and
Yeah, the Express Pass is definitely worth it.
yeah. Oh, heck yes. Oh yeah. See, we happened up on this. We didn't know. Like I said, we lived here and we moved in 2010. We had I knew we were going to be here for a short time. We had season passes to every park when we lived here. But all this is new to us. How cool is this? And that it rained, Bethany. It makes it even better. Oh man, how cool. Y'all having a good time? Bethany, let me see your shirt. I want my MTV. You can feel the heat, couldn't you?
Shane! Rob Zombie!
Then we went to Lazydays RV.
How pretty is this though? That's long.
Everyone said, you know, Lazy Days. So that was kind of like a theme park for me. Oh, we get to go to Lazy Days in Tampa. So we went there, looked at some DRVs. They had a pretty good deal. So we went to look, got excited, went and looked at the truck because, I mean, we live in Texas. If you're going to buy it, we weren't ready to buy, but maybe it saved us from an impulse buy. But we went to look at the truck because how are you going to get your RV out of there if you buy it? You got to have a truck, right? So we went, let's go look at this truck. Went to look at the truck. When I went out, I pulled up, she let me out. I went to look at the truck. I had to flag down a salesman, and they seemed like...
That's very unprofessional.
Yeah, they seem aloof. Now, I understand most of us don't like when they attack you, but they should be there for service, right? Or be there to help. I had to approach them, and he said, I'll get you someone. So I waited about 10 minutes. They got me someone. We looked at the truck. I mentioned that I was from Texas. He said, hold on a minute. Left me. Said he had to go get the internet guy. Well, the original guy I talked to, which obviously was the supervisor of the lot, I guess, he came back to me and said, we can't sell you the truck. You're from Texas. Okay, so we're here at Brandon Ford. It's down the street from Lazy Days. I think they sell a lot of trucks because of Lazy Days. You see that tan F-450 right there? It's a limited. Looking at buying that, came down here, it would go with DRV very nicely, you see. They like to use that color scheme. But I came down here to look at it, talking to the guys. Hey, they first got me a salesman. I waited a while to get a salesman. Then they got me a salesman and says, oh, you need the internet guys. So they went to go get an internet guy. Then they came out here and said, well, you're from Texas. They don't sell out of state. The only state other state they'll sell is Georgia. Something about Texas requires an admissions test. But they literally will not sell me the truck. There you have it. We sold to someone else out of state and they didn't do their registration or what they were supposed to do on their end somehow. I don't know.
So we've ixnayed all of Texas. That's crazy.
Not just Texas.
There's no business strategy in that.
Yeah, so literally wouldn't sell us the truck.
But then, you did get a phone call later.
So I called them back.
Pretty much apologizing.
No. I called them saying, can I speak to a manager? I'd like someone to really explain this to me, why. I got to run around. I talked to Lazy Days and said, y'all kind of have a symbiotic relationship here, I would think. Why wouldn't they want to sell F4? Yeah, the local Ford dealership, the next town over from Lazy Days, and they don't want to sell F450s to someone out of state. Okay, doesn't sound too smart to me, but they got back with me and they pretty much stood their ground. No, can't do it. We could do it, but it's like a pain. So maybe there's some regulations in there that makes
There's
it
no
really,
regulations. They just don't want to deal with it.
So that truck didn't work out. So we flew back home and I got on the phone. I was looking at one in College Station. And then...
It was a black one too, wasn't it?
Black with it was two-tone. Black with the two-tone, it was beautiful. King
All
Ranch.
his friends didn't like the two-tone. They said, what did your friends say? We didn't say this. They said it looked...
Old man truck.
Old man truck.
I said, well, I am an old man. But the truck we ended up getting is solid black.
Solid black.
I was talking to the dealership in College Station and they were just like, yeah, come on. I said, yeah, can you get me around this? Yeah, we'll get you close. Just come up here. And I said, whoa, no. If I'm going to drive, bring 2 cars and to come to trade it in, I kind of need...
They just think if they get you there, you're going to be pretty much,
And it wasn't the lady I was talking to. She was sweet. It's just when she goes to her manager, just get them here, I'm sure is what he told them.
Don't fall for that.
Yeah. Anyway, so we found the truck in Corsicana on the phone. I talked with the guys there. Jason, this guy that sold it to me. Justin is the guy that financed it. We worked out financing. We worked out the deal for the trade, based upon inspection, obviously, but the whole deal was worked out before we got there. And when we got there, it was just pretty much sign and drive. It was actually a beautiful experience.
Wonderful, yeah.
Hey guys, it is pick up the truck day. We're in a hotel in Houston. It's in the morning. We're going to town called Corsicana, Texas. I found a dealership there is working with me. They've been great so far. It is a 2019. We're about 3 weeks to a month from the 2020s coming out, but they really are giving us a deal. It's a brand new unit. It's a King Ranch. Has all the options. Monochrome paint though, but has massage seats, heated steering wheel, heated back seats, AC seats, whatever. It has it all. 2020s will come out and they can tow a little more, you know, have a little more payload. But this truck will always do what it can do when you buy it, you know. And it's you know, 450s are overrated for pretty much any RV up to 44 feet. So we'll see. I've looked for months for a truck, but it's an exciting day. They've processed our trades, ran our credit. Should be a sign and drive. We'll see. I'll let you know. But it's the first step. We'll be halfway there to our goal of moving into an RV. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm in Corsicana, pulling up to the Ford dealership here to pick up our new F-450 King Ranch. These guys have worked with me. We worked out the deal on the phone. So we drove up here. Should be sign and go. Sign and drive. Or I should have held this up. I don't want to get a ticket. You know, texting and driving. I was just doing it for a minute, officer. Where are you? There she is. Oh, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Here I am at the dealership. They got the truck pulled all up front. I think it's just beautiful. Black King Ranch. Looks like, I think they gave me some free mud flaps. I guess I'll advertise for them because that's nice. It doesn't come with that. Look at the back. They sprayed the back. Got it sprayed and look, didn't touch. The fifth wheel has not been touched. He pulled the plugs out to show me. Went to a couple other dealerships and one was missing the pin and you could clearly tell a fifth wheel had been in there, and this is supposed to be a brand new truck. I mean, clearly it had been loaned out or driven by somebody, but they're sitting there trying to sell it as brand new. And you know, with these things, it's like what I've always heard. The two things you got to be wary of, it's hard to get it in the shot, it's so long, is that you want to be wary buying used four-wheel drives and sports cars. Well, definitely in Texas, you need to watch out what Super Duty you're buying used, because okay, yeah, it's brand new, it has 277 miles, yeah, but it towed a bulldozer for 200 miles. You know what I mean? New is new in my book. Well, it's never been titled. Okay, so technically I understand it's still new, but this one is brand spanking new, what new is supposed to be. So we're about to do the paperwork on this because this is just gorgeous. Anyway, this 2019, they gave me a deal. We're working out a deal. We're turning these two cars, family car and the truck, into the family truck. And Jason's selling it to me. Well, we got it done. I said we were going to come here and it should be sign and drive, and it sure was. Anyone looking for a truck, if they've got one, you'd be lucky to get it from here from Jason. And Justin, he'll do the financing just straight up, however you need, you know, get you the best deal he can. This truck was new, nothing like any other place we went where they call it new, but it's got 277 miles. You can tell something was attached to the fifth wheel here. No, sir, this sucker is brand spanking new. They gave me a good deal, and I couldn't be happier. So we're halfway there, baby.
That was a good.
Now they were happy for us. We were taking this F-450 off their hand before 2020s are coming out too. But also, we bought full warranty.
It's gonna be worth it.
Bought full warranty. And then he did something else, got us even lower interest rate. And we bought the maintenance package. Yeah, so we have a 120,000 mile, 6-year bumper to bumper warranty that includes the brakes. Yeah, you get the trailer brake and the truck brake off sync, you're gonna burn through some brake pads real quick. I don't plan on doing that, but it's all a learning experience, obviously. We also have maintenance plan, 5 years, 100,000 miles.
Great.
So wherever we are, drop it off at the Ford, whatever needs to get done, should get done. I think they'll even wash it.
And I'm sure we'll be able to give you a review on these maintenance plans and stuff after we use it.
In these different Ford dealerships. Definitely can do that.
But can't wait until June. Hopefully, you know, the end of my contract here in Corpus Christi is June 30th. So we were hoping to purchase the RV around the beginning of June, start getting it ready, and then just take off right at the end. And we're also selling all of our possessions, pretty much. So we're gonna have to do a estate sale. We'll have to call someone to help us with that.
Yeah, we're not sure how we're gonna do that. We purposely, because we've known for a couple of years this was the plan. So we haven't been, you know,
Buying big
buying
purchases.
new TVs.
I kind of dumped off
or-
my living room, my dining room. But I pieced that together anyway. I was never a big furniture purchaser.
By the way, this is Monty. We used to call him Monty the Maltipoo. He was supposed to be a toy poodle, and then we figured he was a Maltipoo. And then we found these long eyelashes, and I've only seen it on Shih Tzu. It's like very Japanese looking. Oh, you can't see it from here, but so we got catfished, but it was a good catfish because he's a sweetie. Yeah, $400 for a mutt.
A cute mutt that likes to eat paper.
It's a designer mutt.
He ate my ID today.
Anyway, I hope you'll join us. I guess everyone else says, click subscribe. If you want to follow our journey, we're going to share with you.
Hit all of these buttons.
Like, you know. Also, too, you know, as I mentioned, this is a lot to learn between the cameras, being YouTube. You know, if you go our route, you got to know what truck you want, and then figuring out the RV you want. You know, they're not all built the same.
And in the comments below, you could let us know what things that are content that you're not finding in other videos that you would like us to cover.
Yeah, any questions you have, maybe we'll look, you know, if you want to see a certain process we're trying to get through. We can't do some stuff we've already done, you know, like buying the truck, but
We could cover it in just a
yeah.
talking form like we're doing now.
And listen, I'm not too smart. I don't know everything. So if I say something wrong, correct me. You know, if you want to share and teach me something, please, I welcome it. Tell me.
This stands for down below.
Stand in front of your truck.
Your truck. Why you keep saying your truck when it's our truck?
That's a big old truck.
That is a big old truck here in Waco, Texas. Isn't that right, Monty? Huh? Huh? Monty? Monty the Maltipoo? Coco?